Horisha, have you tamed any interesting pets lately?
Does a ferret count? Because I found one dead in the heater the other day.
Well, how can you tame it if it's dead?
Because I tied it to a string.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Illicit Wowcast, episode 2. We are back for our second episode this season. We have with us today someone we talked about last week who was not with us but is with us tonight. It's Lucinos. Hey, Lucy.
Hey, I got my jalapenos and everything. Are we ready for this thing?
They don't know that joke yet. So, you're like Candy.
But they will.
You introduce jokes that we haven't ever introduced on the podcast, what we talk about in our everyday life.
I mean, get on the ball with this thing. Come on. Jeez.
Okay.
You aren't fucking here for me to do it.
He's from Texas, so we say Texas style every time he does something. And all Texas style means is you put a jalapeno on it.
Jalapeno. Get that shit
Jalapeno,
right.
whatever.
Jalapeno.
All right, but let's do our introductions. As everyone knows, this is Rhyme speaking. I am your host and the GM of Illicit. We are excited to have you guys here for our next episode. Let's jump in and introduce our panel. First and foremost, we've got the second priest on our panel. It is the lovely lady Nanrea. Hi, Nanrea.
Hello, hello.
How's things been going this week?
Pretty good, actually, in my opinion.
Yay.
I have made a lot of new friends in the guild that you guys are so nice to collect for me.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. We actually hit 600 plus members this week. So that was pretty fun. I know, right? Lucy, you've been gone. So anything else exciting happened to you this week? I know something exciting happened to you this week, Nanrea. You got something. A mount of some kind.
Oh, finally got the clutch of Jikun. So I can finally put that particular raid to bed. Jiminy Christmas. Jesus Christ. Fuck
Christmas.
I'm still afraid of cursing on recording. I'm afraid that I'm going to get smacked or my grandmother's going to rise from the grave and haunt me.
She probably will.
Helpful tip for anybody out there: should just go in a group with Rhyme and you'll get all the mounts.
Yeah, right? Lucy, did you hear what happened to me a couple weeks ago? I joined Siege of Orgrimmar with Quick and Co. on the last boss. Like, they were, like, about to pull Garrosh, and I'm like, oh, can I come? And they were like, yeah, no problem. And I got the fucking mount.
Oh, yeah, I was there for that. They were raging on that.
I gave it away. I was a nice person.
I still say you shouldn't have done it. But
I shouldn't have. You're right. I realized after that I was way too nice. All right. Well, Nanrea, anything else exciting happened this week? Anything you're working on?
Let's see here. Managed to win an AV.
Ooh.
So that was big. I know. Check in my book.
Not just win an AV. You won an AV with me. That's an achievement.
Well.
Because we never win. So.
But no, other than that, it's been meeting the people in the guild, having a good time.
Well, awesome.
I've been happy.
Well, thank you. Great to have you here. With us again tonight, we've got Horisha, the mean Georgia, no longer mage, but now Beastmaster Hunter. Hey, what's up, Horisha?
Not much.
What have you been up to?
How come you get the mean mage and she gets the lovely lady?
Well,
that went out.
What's up with that?
Ago. Because you were
maybe
the
it's
mean
because I wear maybe it's because I still have my shapewear on.
Well, you were the mean Georgia mage. Now you're just the mean hunter.
I guess it could be worse. Y'all could be calling me other names.
We could be calling you a bitch.
That's for off the tape. Off the tape.
That never stopped, y'all.
All right. So, Horisha, what have you been up to this week in game?
I shifted a profession around, so I got that level to leatherworking with my hunter. Been just trying to farm mounts still. Attempted AV twice. Lost both of them, of course. Just haven't been back in yet, so that's next is to get an AV win.
Oh, awesome! I got to work on that myself.
It's painful.
I haven't yet done that, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll drag you in there.
Thanks for the update. Let's go to Candy since you were with us last week. Candy, what have you been working on in game this week?
Well, I found a new profession that I determined is my calling. I make lots of money at it.
Engineering was your calling.
No.
Are you dancing on the mailboxes again?
Yeah, that's
Nope.
not a profession.
Nope.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I
Well,
guess
what
but
is it?
he's not a night elf, so it's not legit.
I've got a very lucrative business going on now.
What do you do?
Scrape
Sell drugs.
hatcheries. Scrape
Oh.
hatcheries.
Oh God,
Damn
Candy.
it.
People are gonna be. We're gonna have women all over us. Not in the way that you
You're-
guys
you're-
hope.
That's
and
kind
dream.
of how he kind of wants women all over him.
Context to the joke, please, Candy. Jesus.
What context do you need?
There is a-
Hatcheries need to be scraped. I scrape hatcheries.
The
There-
item in the game.
There's a fist weapon that drops off of Clitozoa that is called the hatchery scraper. That's where this is coming from. Candy's not just a. Well, I mean, yeah, he is a sexist, but
That's true.
he's not just being insensitive for no
It's
reason.
orgasmozoa, not clitozoa.
Whatever, same difference.
I
Looks
will
like
say in
one.
Candy's defense that he is an equal opportunity hatchery scraper.
he ain't scraping my hatchery anytime soon.
Well, I
So
don't
that
care
means
if you.
he still has a chance.
I don't care if you got a hatchery or not. I'll still scrape it.
Can I say the B word on this thing?
The
What's
B
the
word?
B word?
Yeah, scraping bussies.
No, we're not saying no. That's not a thing. It's not a real word.
Oh, damn.
It's not a word. All right, before we jump to Lucy, who's going to have the most, I'll just give a quick update on me. So, I'm going to be bringing this up later, but like what gaming equipment we're using. It's one of our topics for tonight. But as you know, I've been gone on the personal journey of replacing my keyboard and my mouse this past week, both with an upgraded gaming keyboard and an upgraded gaming mouse. It has been a week of ups and downs, and I have said I'm going to give up the new mouse, and then I plug it in again, and then I say I'm going to give it up because I play like shit, and then I plug it in again, and I finally have unplugged it and wrapped it up and put it back in the box again for the third time this week. So
The definition of a bitch.
Yep.
Should I play with this mouse? Oh, this mouse sucks. Should I play with this mouse? This mouse sucks.
Know what it is it's the people are making online are making me feel bad for not giving it more time, but it just doesn't. It's so difficult to I've played with this other mouse for like 3 years, so it's just I'm trying to learn it, and it just doesn't feel right in my hand. So I switched. I keep doing it, and I'm probably going to plug it up back in again. But that's been my week. Literally, it has been devoted to trying to learn a new mouse and a new keyboard. The keyboard I'm getting a little more used to. I got a Corsair G55. I didn't really want a full mechanical keyboard because I didn't want the sounds.
Not a sponsor.
But I would love them to sponsor us. Corsair, I love your products. Everything you've ever made is great. It's taking a lot of getting used to because it's just a different feel under my hands. The mouse I got was a Logitech G600, and as you guys know, was currently using the Logitech G602, the wireless version, which has 6 buttons on the left-hand side and a thumb rest. The 600 has got a third mouse click. Like, imagine your mouse had a third button next to the the second button on the top, and my finger rests there, so I lose a lot of dexterity in my hand. It's been this whole nightmare. So that's been my literally everything I've done this week. I've also done some guild recruiting and stuff, and we raided and some shit, but that was it.
The saga of Rye and his mouse.
These guys have been troopers too, because I've been incessantly bitching about it and going back and forth, and they haven't made me feel bad about it. So I really appreciate it.
Just remember, I support your decision on whichever mouse you take.
I know you do. I want to be good at the game again, and I feel like I'm bad at it now. So it's just been a feels bad moment. All
But
right.
your monitors are pretty.
Oh yeah, I did I got a
self-deprecating.
I got a second monitor and moved my desk to a new. It was a whole week of change for me. Which if you guys know me from our past episodes, I'm not one of those people who welcomes change. So it's been a week of new experiences. So
You're on a technological cleanse.
I know. Well, as I hold my G602 in my hands. All right, let's go ahead and jump to Lucy. Lucy, what have you been up to since we last checked in with you? Your alliance now, along with the rest of us. How is Lucinos going, and how are the other 600 paladins you play going?
Well, I mean, they fall by the wayside, obviously, to Lucinos, but that's kind of how it goes. And then with each new allied race, I guess I'll make another one. Let's see. I'm the only one that still plays Classic, so there's that going on. The guild is completely dead except for me. I think you should just give me GM now over there.
I might. I won't.
Don't
I know
kick
you.
me.
I don't
I
need
know
you.
you
I
won't.
don't need you controlling the illicit brand.
There's nobody there. It's too easy.
Well, I don't need you turning it into you could turn it into like an anti-gay guild, like fuck gays on Classic.
No. Come on.
Or you're gonna pretend you're me and just tell everyone what assholes they are and all. No, that's not happening.
No, that can't do
I
that.
don't trust you with my brand.
My brand.
My brand. So how's it been going in Classic? Because that's a topic that we purposefully avoided on our first episode, knowing that that would be a huge conversation, and that is on the docket for our topics tonight.
I mean, it's what we expected it to be. Honestly, it's a grind. It's always going to be a grind. But I mean, that's the name of the game. I've talked about this with Candy quite a bit. It doesn't it takes forever to get a level and stuff like that. So you would feel accomplished when you get a level, but
What level are you?
I'm 48, so I'm not even max level yet.
But you got your.
I got my mount. I mean, so I beat the game, I guess.
You beat the game.
All
All right.
the game.
But that's largely been what you've been up to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I came back to retail just to, I guess, shoot the shit with you guys for the Shadowland stuff coming out.
Because we're your friends and you want to hang out with us, fucker.
Yeah, that too.
I feel like that was a really mixed message.
Agreed.
All right. Well, all right. That is everyone's up to speed moment. Let's talk about what's been happening in game this week. So we have had the 15th anniversary time walking event. They brought back the three bosses that you can kill every week in game: the Dragon's a Nightmare, and the Dreadlord, and the other dragon, Azure Ghost, and all that. Which, is always as frustrating as I remember it being, because you get a bunch of people who are like level 80 who are like, I'm gonna kill this dragon, and then they die instantly, and you're just sitting there fighting a world raid boss.
Right. Well, and also as of today, I think Kazakh and Azure Ghosts are on Classic now, Phase 2.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I can feel the rise I'm getting already.
Oh,
Half a
God. What? Oh, God. I can't even. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that out.
I almost put
No,
out my
you
coffee.
need to leave that in.
I'm going to leave it in. But,
Leave it in.
Jesus.
oh, God. Where do we go from there? So,
The raid.
Yeah, we're talking about the 15th anniversary stuff. I am liking the Caverns of Time. That's where the dude is with the questions and all of that, and it's kind of cool. A little disappointed with the Chromie raid. They've been spinning that and selling it real hard as like an upcoming feature for 6 months now.
Yeah.
And
we
get it.
To,
Go ahead. Sorry.
it's supposed to take us into January or something. So.
Well, they've been selling that hard, and it was not only was it a face roll, but it was pretty much just a dip your toes into the mechanics and don't die. And as long as you could do that, for the 20% of the boss's health, then you were fine.
As long as you didn't bring any fucking hunters.
Who always managed to fuck it up.
I was honestly a little underwhelmed. I lived through all those fights, and I was excited to see the mechanics, so I was disappointed that we only got a little teeny tiny taste.
Well, the thing that really bothered me about it was that all three bosses were tied to the same fight. So once you started one, you were in combat for all three, and if you died on the third, you had to redo the first two, which that was kind of annoying because we got into some, like, we did it as a guild, if you guys remember, and we had a bunch of pugs, and the pugs fucked it up and wiped the whole group, and we had to start all over again at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, how have you guys? What do you guys think about the mount? How have you been liking it?
The mount is probably one of the better looking mounts in the game. I know there's been some like stupid talk about it, but it is one of the better looking mounts in the game. And I think that it doesn't matter if it's easy to get; it's still very pretty. And it looks like Deathwing. I mean, if you don't like that it was easy to get, then fuck, don't get it. Quit your pissing and whining about oh, everybody's got a mount that's like supposed to be Uber and you guys aren't Uber. It's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Enjoy your mount.
Enjoy your mount.
Yeah,
I thought the
it's a
mount
good
was pretty, but I've only ridden it once.
Well, what you have to do, Horisha, is you have to ride the mount, and then you have to put on the Deathwing costume. So you're Deathwing riding Death, so it's Deathwingception.
Is it like Deathwing Duck? Darkwing Duck?
I mean, if you want to fight crime and solve mysteries, yeah, sure. I mean,
Sweet.
Deathwing fights crime and solves mysteries.
I'm in
I'm
it.
in.
I feel like those are not things.
and Rathion's his sidekick.
Well, Rathian, I'll take Rathian. And Rathian and Anduin are my two favorite characters in the game, especially together
Why is that, Rye?
in my bedroom.
Yeah, there's a fan fiction in his head, obviously.
I think there is actually fan fiction about that somewhere.
I've seen it.
I'm sure there is.
It happens. All right.
Candy. You should go Google it.
I ain't fucking Googling. Just tell me about it. Fucking
Damn, you're lazier than my ass.
but not as big.
What?
Hey,
Okay.
Really?
Well, let's go ahead, guys.
Do you need your hatchery scraped, Horisha?
Jesus.
My God, can you guys, for like 2 seconds, not be at each other's
I don't know.
throats?
How big?
All right. Well, I want to bring in our special guest. Everyone's very excited to have her here tonight. She's actually live here at my place. So, Candy, you're going to be taking lead on the interview because I requested it.
I know who it is.
You know who it is? Well, let me get her. Hold on 1 second. Let me get her. I'm going to take off my headset real quick.
I'm absolutely sure you know who she is, Horisha.
Here, take the headset.
I put this on right here. Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Okay.
y'all. It's Mini Horisha. I'm here to be interviewed for the podcast.
Well, hello, Mini.
What the actual fuck is this shit?
Hello, Mini Horisha.
Hi, Candy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, how was your gaming goal?
It's been going great. I've been playing a Beastmaster Hunter this entire time so far. And, what's really been going great is every time I actually start to do things like fight and raid, I gotta get up and go to the bathroom or get me another bear. So, this week, I actually trained a dog that I stole from a blind person to go and fetch me beer from the beer fridge that I got. Because, I got a beer fridge under my desk, but it runs out really quickly. So I send the dog down the stairs to the second beer fridge that's next to the real fridge in the kitchen.
Well, why do you have a beer fridge next to the real fridge? Why don't you just have one big, gigantic fridge that holds all the beer you could ever drink?
Because, Candy, there's only so many kitchens in the world, and mine is one of them.
I can't talk.
So you know what we need to do now, though, is we need to run a naked mini Horisha gnome run.
Oh, that would be so much fun, Candy, except I'm not gonna be dumb and let people kill me. I'm gonna turn off that there PvP.
I think you should just go topless so that way you can keep on the Jordan.
Girl, I'm topless right now. You wanna see these titties? I'll turn on the webcam.
Well, are they flopping, hanging, or are they pert?
That will be $9.95 if you would like to see for yourself, sir. So, I wanted to talk about what it would be for me to get involved with you guys in raiding. I know you already got one, Harisha, but I figured that spot might be up for competition for another. So, what's the types of things that I gotta do in order to, get on the raid team? I'm a level 22 Beastmaster Hunter.
Well,
But I'm also
how
willing. I want to be clear. I'm also willing to play a Blood Death Knight tank.
have you created that character yet?
Not yet.
Well, that would be a good first step.
Well, wait, Comrade. I got a question for you. Does
Yeah,
in
go
my
ahead.
mind count?
It does. It does for
Then yes,
golden
I
star
am-
points.
I am not only have I created that character, it is in fact the most geared and most exciting character on the entire server.
Well, I'm in.
I'll absolutely support you.
Oh, excellent. That's wonderful. Well,
And
okay.
I know for a fact that Rye would love to carry that character. I mean, at level 28, we could probably start taking you through Mythic Zeros, maybe even, like Mythic plus 10s.
I would love that. I love that Rye. He is just by far the best and most creative person ever, and it is a pleasure to be visiting with him this week.
Well, I do know that one of the requirements for raids, a lot of times, they have to submit logs. Do you have logs, Harisha?
Well, I did have logs, but then I forgot where I put them.
Well,
So-
you probably ought to go check the wood pile. That's where most folks keep their logs.
I don't go anywhere near that there wood pile because that's where the monkeys live. Like Malfurion.
I know.
I'm crying over here.
Harisha, have you tamed any interesting pets lately?
Does a ferret count? Because I found one dead in the heater the other day.
Well, how can you tame it if it's dead?
Because I tied it to a string.
I guess that would make it pretty tame then.
When I cast Kill Command, I just swing it around my head a bit and smack things with it.
You know you can tame a fly, right? Just
I
get
did.
yourself
A
piece
little bit of
fishing line.
thread. I did tame one once, Candy. I tied some thread to a fly, and it flew around and went buzz buzz, but then it died on account of I stepped on it.
Like, you got to try not to step on them little things. But I hear they're pretty vicious.
Yeah. Well, it was one I found it when I went to the theater to watch a movie. I went to go see that there Warcraft movie, which was the most exciting thing I've ever seen. Have you all seen that movie?
I have.
Yeah, we have.
There was like Garona and Lane and Anduin, but not like the good-looking Anduin, the one that's married to Rye, but like the other one, the original. So I really did want to ask though. Once I get my ferret up to level, what types of gear do I need to be getting for raid? Where do I go? Can you guys help me with that?
You gotta
Sure.
get leather working.
Oh, I am a master leather worker, sir.
I can't.
Harisha, what would be a question that you would ask Harisha?
What question would I ask myself? That sounds like a question right there.
No, what question would Mini Horisha ask Maxi Horisha?
What's it
Next,
like being a pad that's soaked in blood?
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
No, he didn't have no maxi pad. He just bled out.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
my god.
Harisha, have you been doing very much PvP?
I have been. I've been thinking about getting me into some Alteric Valley. But
What's your favorite part about the PvP?
my favorite part about the PvP is when my pet goes rawr. Well, it used to do that, but now it's dead because it's a ferret on a string.
Well, what's your, if you could have a favorite pet, what would it be? Besides
favorite-
ferret on a string.
My favorite pet would be, there's a monkey pet with a little fez. I would name him Malfurion.
I am so going to do that now.
Well, y'all, this has been a lot of fun, but I think that I need to go and lay down because I'm kind of drunk and it's time to go to sleep because I's got to get up with the kids in the morning for work.
Don't forget to take your eggs off the stove.
It has been a lot of fun, but let me go ahead and I'm gonna take off the headset now. I'm gonna go take a nap and I'll give the microphone back to Ryan.
It was good for you to stop by.
It was a pleasure having you all in my ears for the time that I did. So thank you. And I know that I, in fact, was a pleasure in your ears. So thank you for this time with me. Be right back. Here's Ryan.
Goodbye, Mini Horisha.
Done? Ready to go?
Yeah, I need to go pass out. It's time to have a beer. Yo, they want to talk to you.
All right, guys. Well, that sounded like a lot of fun.
I think you surprised Horisha. She was expecting
something else.
Molly.
Yeah, I know. But Mini Horisha did not want to come on the show. She's very shy. Horisha, what did you think? Getting your mini me on here. Is that a lot of fun for you?
I'm still having trouble because I have been laughing so fucking hard. It looks like I have been crying for.
Well, I'm glad. It was a little difficult. We were really excited to like be able to surprise you tonight. So glad.
That was the funniest shit I think ever.
Well, all right, guys. Now that our interview is over, let's talk about some of the things we've got planned for the week to come and things going on. I know this week has been kind of easy since we full cleared Heroic Raid on Tuesday. Tomorrow we've got our Mythic Raid. We'll be producing this and putting it out somewhere around that time. I think what we will be looking towards next week, however, with the calendar coming up, it is going to be raid, but it's going to be our last full week of raiding before we go to the Thanksgiving break that starts the week of the 25th. So we're starting to pare down for the holidays. You'll see a lot more of our serious raid activity slow a bit as we go through the Christmas season. And hopefully they won't make us wait too long in January for the new stuff. So we'll go from there.
Hopefully the new stuff comes out like the first day after New Year's.
Right, I know. Or like on New Year's, or like they're like, hey, surprise, it's middle of December. Here you go. That won't happen. Perfect world. I want to take...
We can dream.
We can dream. Dare to dream. I want to take a couple of minutes to talk about Classic. Lucy, notice I said minutes and not tens of minutes or hours. So I really did want to speak to you, though, because you are kind of the closest thing we've got to a resident expert Classic. And that would be a little bit more in your court to talk about like the types of volume of players you're seeing. Is it as big as they thought it was going to be? Did it die as quickly as we thought it was going to? What's going on over in the world of Classic? Because I know Blizzard announced today or yesterday that they're officially cut every realm down to single layer.
I mean, initially, there were a lot of players on there. They had like large queue times and everything like that. And all that stuff. I mean, it hasn't died. I mean, there's still a lot of people that play. It's just kind of confined itself to certain realms, and the majority of them are like the PvP realm. And realms with like, famous streamers that are playing on them and things like that. A lot of people have kind of gravitated towards that, because they've been pushing out these like character transfers and transfer to this realm and all that. So people are going away from the realm that they initially started on, and then they're going to another realm that maybe their favorite streamer plays on, or something like that. I mean, you're right. There are no achievements to try to get or anything like. But I mean, there are still a lot of people that play it because they like that version of the game. They like to go back to that and farm their professions and all that stuff like that, and farm their gold the same way they would do on retail, right now. So there are still a lot of people there are specific streamers that still play, Classic only. There are others that do, Classic and then also some retail and flop back and forth. And I think that's the majority that we see now is a lot of players that play Classic for a little bit, kind of go raid or something like that, do Molten Core, and then they hop back on retail and do their things, until the new content patch comes out. Which, when that does, a lot of people will probably focus on that and then hop back to Classic. So I mean, it's kind of an even. I think what happened with Classic is that it brought back a lot of players that haven't played in a long time. If that was their niche, that they just wanted to play that old content before, pre-Kata or whatnot, then it's there. It's perfectly for them. But if they, wanted to experience retail, they could, so they can jump into that, get bored with it, whatever, and then just go back to the old stuff. So I don't think it's dead. It's not, it's not a barren wasteland or anything like that. I mean, our realm is, but, there's still a lot of people that play it and a lot of interest in it, especially with now, like today, like I said earlier, the, the world bosses are on. Phase 2 has started, so world bosses are on, and the PvP honor system has started, which I haven't looked at that just yet. So I don't even know much about it right now.
Well, all right. So I guess we'll keep an eye out to that. I know that Phase 2 stuff is kind of starting to poke its head into Classic, right, Lucy?
It just dropped today, so
we'll see what happens. We'll see how the community reacts and if things keep going strong over there. I know we've got some people that want a hardcore raid on Classic, and we hope to have someone here at some point who can give them some information about what's going on there with that. But thank you for the update on Classic. With that, guys, I do want to start rolling through our exit of the podcast. So once again, guys, remember Mythic Raid happens this weekend. We've got some new members that are trialing, and we have released the illicit roster on our Discord. There is no contest today, but if you would like to join in on the fun in our Discord itself, we totally welcome that. I'll go ahead and give you guys our Discord link. That is https://discord.gg/47RSME capital D. Again, that is 47 lowercase r, lowercase s, lowercase m, lowercase e, capital D. What's in my pants?
Wow.
All right. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's talk about the class that as our going away present to the listeners. I want you guys to give us your ideas for the class that you would most like to play in the game that Blizzard's never going to put in the game. Let's start with non-Rhea.
My response is that it was never actually a class. What I wanted was an ability, kind of geared toward PvP, that as a holy priest, I could opt maybe like, you could give it a crazy cooldown, like once an hour or something ridiculous, where all of a sudden all of my healing spells turn to damage. So, I'm hanging out, holy priest on my own, and a rogue's thinking about getting me, but they're like, is the ability up? Is she just gonna greater heal me to death?
Oh, you mean like a Thorns kind of thing?
No, so my heals, instead of me targeting an ally and healing somebody, I could target, a bad person and then still cast my heals, and just, it's all damage.
Oh. So, yeah, Shadow Priest, so you're an anti-priest.
Pretty much. Run into a pack of people and start casting Prayer of Healing just over and over.
Well, I know for me, thanks, Nanaria. I know for me, mine is similar to that, but I want a Holy Priest DPS spec. Something that I can play to do damage, but not have to go do all the shadow bullshit. Let's go ahead and go to Candy.
I want to see them. It gets brought up off and on. A bard.
Ah, Candy.
Ooh,
Yes.
I love that.
Took my idea.
I would love that so much. Especially like one like Aeon Online, where like the bard is their weapon is a harp, and they can shoot unicorns and rainbows as villains.
I was thinking more along the line of the EverQuest bard.
Yeah, I know what you were thinking.
Ultimate.
What
Horisha.
about heavy metal with the Arcanite Reaper?
Did you say a class or a race?
A class. You can pick a race if you want.
I want a spell throwing Murloc.
So you want a Murloc?
mate?
I want a Murloc.
Okay.
And not one of them little like onesie jumpers you get for BlizzCon thing, and not that little ratchet damn outfit we got from doing the quest and out here. I want a real
Lucy.
Well, since Candy took the bard thing from me, I guess I'm gonna have to go with like a battle maid instead of just specifically throwing spells and stuff like that. They actually have some sort of hand-to-hand combat or weapon-based combat system.
Okay, cool. And hey, how about you, Mini Horisha?
Oh, me? You know what I want to do is I would like to see a kind of rogue, but a nurse class, almost like their job would be to do some healing, but as a rogue, but doing healing because they're called a nurse, and they don't really have any damage spells or any healing spells, but like you go to them with a bandage and you crack a beer, and they're like, all right, well, thank you for the beer, and they walk away.
Okay. Well, guys, that will be it for the podcast tonight. Once again, this has been our pleasure trying to entertain you a little bit. So everyone, say good night. This has been the Illicit Wildcast. We'll see you guys next time.
Good night,
Good
lovely
night.
people.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Mini Horisha.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, Billy Bob.
I'll see you
Are we
in bed
done?
later, sweetheart.
I'm
Shit.
gonna sleep on my own tonight.